Welcome into Titans Today. I am your host, Brett Alper. We made it. So happy Monday, everybody. We got the 3 days of the NFL Draft, UDFA Day, and now today, Mel Kiper, the NFL expert who threw a hissy fit all weekend about Shedeur Sanders, he decided to do his NFL Draft grades, and I'll tell you guys what I would have done if I was the general manager of the Tennessee Titans. But first, we aren't done with Titans coverage. Just because the NFL Draft is come and gone, No. It keeps on rolling. So hit that big red sub button, subscribe to Titans Today, and be a real one. Before we get into the grades, let's review of just what the draft picks are. You got your quarterback, Cam Ward. You got Femi Oladejo at the edge with round 2. Kevin Winston, round 3. Chimere Dike, round 4. Got a tight end, Gunnar Helm, number 120. Alec Manor. Another wide receiver, Jackson Slater. It says center. He's going to play guard with the Titans. Marcus Harris, corner. And then Khalil Mullings, the absolute bulldozing back at pick number 188. So I went through Mel Kiper's grades, looking at everything he's done, and he gave the Tennessee Titans a B+. Now, he gave out grades for all 32 teams. The only team that got an A+ is the team that drafted Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. He was whining and crying, and thank you, Reese Davis, for stepping in and just shutting him the hell up because he was whining. Like, just because you're wrong about something doesn't mean you have to whine all about it. Like, Mel Kiper, I know you've been doing this for so long, but get over yourself, dude. Shedeur Sanders wasn't a top quarterback. He wasn't. That's all it is. I had to get that off my chest. He gave the Titans a B+. I disagree. You'll see. But this is what he had to say about the Titans. He said, they started off things by getting their new quarterback. That was the easy part. General manager Mike Borgonzi didn't draft Will Levis, and landing the number 1 pick for the 3rd time in franchise history gave him a prime opportunity to upgrade under center right off the bat. Tennessee's 37.3 team QBR was 31st last season. That is second to last. And it turned the ball over 34 times, tied for the most in the NFL because Will Levis made bonehead plays. He's right on every single thing about that part. I'm going to be honest. He's right on all of it. But you get your quarterback. You get Cam Ward. You start the new culture here. You had Will Levis for a while. And I mean, like 2 years, and it felt like it was just 2 years way too long. And now you finally have a quarterback who I think is going to be amazing. So before we talk about Cam Ward, I'll ask you guys, because I saw some of you in the comments section saying we should have drafted Travis Hunter. Do you really think a cornerback or wide receiver that has nobody to throw to him is really going to improve the team that much? Let me know down in the comments section. Type Y for yes if you like the Cam Ward pick. Type M for no if you don't. So let's get right into it. Cam Ward. Tom Downey had him as the number 1 quarterback. We'll see. Mel Kiper didn't, but has the ability to contort arm angles and the strength to push the ball to all 3 levels. He can find guys short, find guys long, find guys in the medium. It's not a true deep threat, but has some mobility. He'll hold the ball too long and make too many risky throws and decisions. Because he likes to play hero ball. And with Miami, you had to play hero ball an absolute ton. Playing behind a lot, and Cam Ward was always looking for that. But he can also fit it in tight spots. He knows just how good he is. He knows that he's very nonchalant back there. We get it. But I can tell you guys, the first time I see the little celebration he does, it's going to be chills. This is what Mel Kiper had to say about Cam Ward. He said he can make all the throws from different arm slots and while on the move, and he can dial up the velocity to drive the ball on a rope to receivers. But it's his creativity that Tennessee will really love. Remember, Mike Borgonzi comes to Tennessee from Kansas City, where Patrick Mahomes routinely delivers off-script magic. Not saying Ward will be Mahomes. Some people said the ceiling was Mahomes, and I love that. And I actually had Shedeur Sanders ranked ahead of Ward on my QB board, but the Titans' offense will definitely benefit from his playmaking ability. If he's 60% of what Patrick Mahomes is, you're going to get a Pro Bowl quarterback. I mean, at Miami in 2024, he's taken every single offense that he's played with and just made them elite. Took Miami's offense, Mario Cristobal, made him elite. Took Washington State's offense, made it elite. Incarnate Ward, made it elite. Everywhere he has gone, he has made an offense elite, and I think he can do this with Tennessee. He's got the tangibles. He's low key, like I would say sneaky, very sneaky with his legs. You're not going to expect him to make the first move with his legs, but if he needs to make a play outside of the pocket, Cam Ward can do that. Now we got our second one. I said we needed to get a quarterback. You got it. You needed to get an edge. Femi Oladejo. Mel Kiper absolutely loved, and I mean loved this pick. He had him in his mock draft going at 35, and I said that's way too high. Here's what Mel Kiper had to say. He said the Oluwafemi Oladejo pick makes a lot of sense after Harold Landry was a cap casualty during free agency. That's why you needed an edge rusher. Tennessee finished with 32 team sacks last year, tied for the third fewest in the NFL. Oladejo, my number 42 prospect, is a versatile defensive lineman who plays with burst and intensity. I love his tape. His stats. This was his first year as a starting edge rusher with UCLA. He was with Cal for 2 years, and you could see 91 tackles, 54 tackles in 2023, 57 tackles. This guy has a ton of potential, 4.5 sacks, 33 pressures, like first year starting on the edge. First year starting on the edge. Like, he is very, very talented, but this is going to be kind of a true project here, and you get him at pick 52. I said it in my mock draft. It's not 35. It's later rounds. If you could get this guy in the later rounds and he's fallen to 52, perfect. You traded down, you got who you wanted, your edge rusher, and this is another potential pick that I think the Titans will really benefit from. The biggest potential pick that you got here is that what you got in the third round with pick 82, and that's one of the best safeties in this draft, if healthy. Healthy is the key. Kevin Winston Jr., the safety from Penn State. If you look at his 2023 stats, they were absolutely incredible. 2024, I mean, he only played a few games before suffering an injury. But this guy, like 13 tackles. He only played 3 games. 1 forced fumble. I think I have his 2023 stats there, producer Moose. It might be there, it might not be. But this guy, I mean, just absolute ball hawk. Yes, we do have his career stats. 2020. Look at that 2023 stats. 61 tackles. 3 tackles for loss, 6 PBUs, 1 interception, 2 forced fumbles. He dropped in this draft solely because of that injury. Solely because of a season-ending injury. If he can come back, and it's 2025, man. ACL tears are not that big of a deal. If he can come back and be that guy that he was in 2023, he was going to be a first-round pick. He was labeled in some places as the second-rated safety. If he's healthy, you have an absolute dog in the defensive backs. Mel Kiper said this about Kevin Winston. He's worth a mid-round flyer. He's a tough evaluation because he missed most of last season because of an injury. But the value is great. I ranked him 49th, and he hung around until 82nd. I love it. I'm a Penn State hater. I am so glad the Titans don't have to wait for a quarterback till next year because I don't think Arch Manning's going to be there. But you know who's going to be the top quarterback prospect? Probably Drew Aller. And I think Drew Aller is terrible. So thank God we have Cam Ward. Before we get to the later round draft picks, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is our friends at Fanatics. And yes, already, just a few days after the draft, you can get yourself a Cam Ward jersey. Chatsports.com/Ward. You can get it in any color. Just use the link. Chatsports.com/Ward. Supports the channel. Supports the Titans. So I know you guys want a Titans jersey. I think he's going to wear one. Warren Moon gave him the thumbs up that he's going to wear one. I like it. I do like it. Chatsports.com/Ward. Okay. So now we have we'll go into these next couple picks. You have Dike, which he's not on the list here because we can only allow 4 total. But Gunnar Helm, tight end, Alec Manor, and This was this is what I meant when you needed your biggest need in the draft, really. You were going into this year with Calvin Ridley and Treylon Burks just about 2 weeks ago. And you knew Cam Ward was going to be a Titan. You knew he was going to be a Titan. This was the biggest need. You can have your edge rusher. You signed Draymond Jones, which is a solid veteran. You have him on the outside again. But wide receiver. You need a wide receiver for your new quarterback to throw to. This is what Mel Kiper said. He said, getting the quarterback was the easy part. The roster lacked legitimate pass catchers behind Calvin Ridley, like I've said to you multiple times. Even after signing veteran Tyler Lockett this week, it's not for a lack of trying. The Titans have had 6 wide receivers in the past 4 drafts. Nothing worked. But the stakes are higher with Ward under center. That's exactly what I was saying. You need you need a quarterback to have a wide receiver. And because the Titans traded back from 35, they had to fish for impact receivers later in the draft. They took Chimere Dike at number 103, but the pick I really liked at the position is Alec Manor at number 136. He was 79th, on my big board. Manor makes contested catches, which he had 34 over the past 2 seasons, and hauls in the deep ball. So I love the Manor pick. I can't believe he fell. I didn't have him in my draft boards just because I just was unbelievable. Now, if you look at the wide receiver depth chart, you have Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett. You still have Van Jefferson. It's not that great. Treylon Burks, we'll make a video about that. I don't think he's going to be on the roster. You have Alec Manor and then DK, which, I mean, right off the bat, he's going to be your punt returner. 4-3? That's insane. The Titans, they made an absolute priority to get wide receivers. You got them in the later picks, but some of these guys, I can't believe they were there. DK, he's going to be a project, but like I said, special teams specialist right there. Cam Ward has plenty of weapons to throw to. Oh, yeah, you got Gunnar Helm, solid tight end. You can run 2 tight end sets. You can run it with Chiga Okonkwo. You can run it with Gunnar Helm. Not the best blocker Helm is, but he can catch the ball, I'll tell you that much. And we saw in the undrafted free agents, first guy they signed, the guy who had the most chemistry out of everyone, Xavier Restrepo. Made the UDFA video yesterday. All of you love the signing. I love it too. I absolutely love it too. Yeah, man, I'm so excited about that. So let's recap everything. Cam Ward, number 1. Oladejo, 2. Winston, 3rd round, 82. Chimere Dike, 103. Didn't go much into Gunnar Helm, but he is a solid pass catcher at tight end. Needs to improve your blocking, brother, but you can get there. Solid pass catcher. Alec Manor, another wide receiver pass catcher. Jackson Slater's going to be playing guard. Marcus Harris at corner. And then Khalil Mullings. And this is what Mel Kiper just had to say, just a quick little nugget of just him talking about these last 3 picks. He said, I think Jackson Slater could develop into the center of the future. I keep telling you guys, I think he's playing guard. I truly do. And Khalil Mullings is a powerful runner who can slam through the pile. That man is like 228 pounds. Bulldozer. You get your speed back in Tony Pollard, and you got that with Mullings. Kiper gave them a B+. Don't know why. You addressed everything. And I mean everything you needed. You got your quarterback. You got your wide receiver. You got your edge rusher. Why only a B+? I'm giving him an A. You addressed every single thing, and then you got some. You got 2 wide receivers, 2 solid wide receivers. What more could you ask? I wouldn't, I said at the beginning, this is what I would do. I wouldn't change a thing. I said it in the mock draft video. I want the Titans to trade up some picks to get back into the 3rd round. They did. And you had a 2nd round pick. So why would you change? You got a QB, edge, guard, wide receiver, everything you could possibly want. Mel Kiper, are you still that butthurt? Are you still that mad that Shedeur Sanders went that far? Are you still mad about it? Come on, man. It's about time. It's about time. Leave the game before it leaves you. Because it was way too much. Way too much. I'll read you guys just a couple of people that we had. Chad Ruda of NFL.com, A. Pro Football Focus A, and then Mel Kiper B+. I don't know about that one. So I'm going to ask you guys, grade the Titans NFL draft. A, B, C, D, or F? I gave it an A. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know down in the comment section of today's video. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. I think we got over 200 subscribers during all draft week. That is insane. Shout out to the real ones. Always hit that big red sub button. I'm your host, Brett Alper. And as always, tighten up.